Look what I found. The CSM Lost Driver. It's not lost anymore. So you have Skull logo, Eternal logo, picture of Kamen Rider Skull right there, picture of Kamen Rider Eternal right there, and a bunch of stuff on the bottom. And this is a slip cover. And this feels kind of like a shoebox, which may be the first instinct that this is a slightly higher end toy. Complete selection modification. What does that mean? Basically, it's sized for fat asses or adults. Let's get it open. And you have instructions and things. A preview of the next belt that was released in 2014, because this toy is 10 years old. The Kabuto Zector. Instructions. And you get styrofoam. It does slide out of this box, but I don't feel the need to do that. So, if you're not a fan of styrofoam, so you get this piece, the maximum drive slot, 2 Gaia memories, half a belt, the other half of a belt, and this is kind of the crux of CSM, is a belt that actually will fit around my waist. So here's a look of the Lost Driver. It is half of a double driver, which means it only needs to be used by one person. Mind you, 3 different people use this. There is some differences from the Super Best, the one that they released probably a decade ago. Double came out 2011, 2012. Yeah, Decade was 2009 to 2010 because of the decade. This was, but there's a matte finish on this part as opposed to the gloss of that release. This is not removable, but it is much more show accurate than the belts that come with the regular DX toys. And it's got a different connection. It's got a suitcase connection. So what you do is you take this bit and you stretch it as far as you can to fit my waist, which is, I'm not going to say, and you clip it in. It's the wrong way around, but you can unlatch it and clip it around the right way. And this is very soft plastic on this side, but kind of faux leather on this side. And as you can see, just how long it is. That's a lot longer than a child needs. And then you can take this piece, which you don't necessarily need, but every belt has its sort of the back piece, I guess. And it's Velcro. So you just Velcro it around. And there, it's loose. And also, the maximum drive slot is a matte finish when compared to the regular DX release. This. And also Velcro. But they act the exact same and they're sized exactly the same. This is my old DX metal memory. How long can I make you hold out? So yeah, this is the exact same size, just with Velcro. And you Velcro it around the belt, and it's just gonna slide around wherever you want it to. But now I can wear this properly. It's a tiny bit tight. Let's make sure it's in shot. There you go. I am now wearing it. Let's start with Skull, the only man that has the aura to wear a fedora in his rider form. Such a Narumi Sokichi, who's a detective, private eye basically, and the boss of Kamen Rider Double in the show. Only before the show starts, spoiler, he dies. He dies on a mission, but his body is never found. Who knows? The wind could be blowing till this day of the legend of Kamen Rider Skull. So, let's do this properly. Sa, omae mo tsumi o kazero. Henshin! And now to maximum drive. That's the one unfortunate thing about every version of the Skull memory. It's mainly compatible with his gun, which was a remold of the Trigger Magnum. I believe there's a Skull Magnum. And that's how you get the proper final attack. Still, let's give you a close-up shot. Very nice and sparkly, the sticker, which is an upgrade to the DX releases. They're the same size, same 3 LR44 batteries, but sparklier sticker. And just to show, they also fit in the now we must take off our fedora because we're going to go to hell with Eternal. Shinigami no party time! Henshin! Sa, Jukoku no tamashimi na! Get a skull end. No, that's Skull's maximum drive would be the skull end. Eternal is, I can't remember because he doesn't use it like this. He uses it in the Eternal Edge, which I plan to get at some point. But I'll give you a close-up shot. Nice, smoky plastic. Again, the sparkly sticker. Very nice. And you get a yellow light. So that's almost it for this, but you also get this box, which is the T2 Eternal Memory. Because half of the movie Eternal is him getting his powers, like defeating the previous Eternal who got rejected by the belt, because Gaia Memories can reject people. And the other half was him finding the upgraded T2 eternal memory. So the main difference between these two eternal memories, on the T2, the connector is blue, sort of teal, and I don't know what shade of blue that is, but it's slightly different. Henshin! And also, you get a different maximum drive slot, I guess the prototype, so to speak, with no double U logo on the button. And also even less of a, like, they even feel slightly different. It feels much more matte, like, or just no paint whatsoever. But also has the Velcro. So that's all that you get in this set. You get the 2 memories, 3 memories technically, the driver itself, the maximum drive slot. And the thing is, these are also expensive. Much more expensive than your regular DX Kamen Rider belts. Because, you know, they have to make this much different. So, I want to say whether it's worth it or not. Is really up to you, because it's going to be much more than $100. A lot of CSMs, at least new ones, go for a lot of money. Can get upwards of $200. And this isn't even the only version of the CSM Lost Driver. There is a 1.5, which comes with the T2 Joker memory, all 3 memories seen here, but also the memories are much more screen accurate. These are taken straight from the DX toy with a new sticker, I think, but the ones in the 1.5 have the unique sounds for Eternal Red Flare. They have distinct deactivation sounds and multiple final attack sounds. So, like, you press the button, it'll change which maximum drive you use. I wish I knew that before I bought this, because I would have changed my mind, possibly. I would have gone for that version. But now that I have this one, I don't really want that one, because I am satisfied with my Lost Driver. It's amusing to me that this was the first, or at least one of the first, Kamen Rider belts I ever picked up when I first found out about it and got into this hobby. So it feels like a complete circle for my first CSM to be the Lost Driver. Like, I've wanted this toy since I started, and there were like multiple versions, one with the skull memory, one with the eternal memory, one with both. I couldn't figure out which one to get, so I've waited for quite a while to finally have a version of it. And I like it, you know. It's still fun to do this motion, it's fun to play with. I do, however, plan to get that T2 Joker memory because they released it on its own. At some point I'm going to get it, along with the Eternal Edge. His Eternal's knife. Yeah, that's not a knife and whatnot. But, you know. I am happy. I was a bit trepidatious given the price. But having in hand. I've been playing with it for maybe a month or so. I only plan to get CSMs from now on. That's not entirely true. There are going to be some belts that come out probably without a CSM release that I will pick up, but like the majority of my Kamen Rider belt collecting now is, if I'm going to go back and get like an old Legend Rider belt, it's going to be a CSM, because I want the Kabuto Zector, which I'd probably go for the 1.5 because it comes with everything, the Hyper Zector and all that stuff. Like, I don't know if I want an Axel driver, but like it's neat. It's, I don't want to say curiosity, but like maybe if you're hesitant on how much it costs, you can remove this. Never tried until now, but you can remove this belt. That brings me to the other thing the 1.5 has. This part is separate. It's already detached. You can't really detach this easily, I think, unless you get like a screwdriver and probably undo some screws and risk damaging things. So that one, the 1.5, has the removable belt. What I wish the any version had, which I think they're doing like a 2.0 or 1.5 of the CSM double driver, is actual voice clips from the characters. Like my last driver, I'm looking at it over there. Like it had voice clips from all three of the riders, two of the riders, and like I don't know. I wish this had like voice clips from each character. That's the only thing I feel like I'm missing. And maybe if they did a 2.0 for some reason, they might add voice clips. I don't know. I have fun with this toy. I like it. Even though it's 10 years old, I'm only now finding it. Like, I'm padding, but it might be worth the price to you. It was worth it to me, I guess. So until next time, may the winds blow our names into the legend. That doesn't make sense. Something about wind, because that's part of the whole deal of Kamen Rider Double is the wind. Trust in the wind. Look at me trying to get philosophical. Keep it weird. Bye.